let us see about the lettering. It is very important in drawing. It should be clean, uniform and rapid to write. All letters should be capital and it must have standard shape. So, in this table we will see the sizes of lettering and numericals for drawings. So, first we will see the purpose and then we will see about the size of lettering and numerals, that is sizes are in mm. So, first is main title and drawing number. So, size of lettering for this main title and drawing number is 6, 8, 10, 12 mm, and subtitles and headings for this the size is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then notes, schedules and materials dimensions, for them the sizes are 2, 3, 4 and 5 mm. So, in this slide we can see the submission drawing, and while reading the ammonia print, one should know the scale of drawing, what is the scale of drawing, then where it is indicated and what are the different details given in the nameplate. Also, where is the north direction, you should also know the significance of north direction, and what are the information which is given in the construction notes in this print is also very important. Then schedule of doors and windows are given, then how many floors does the building have and how many rooms, that is also we can read from this print, and what are the sizes given for the hall, kitchen, bedroom, WC, bath, etc. We can also see the elevation and what are the main details are shown in elevations, that we can see. Also there is section, so we can relate the section line on the plan with the section shown by going from one end of the section line to the other and observing how section is drawn wall by wall, feature by feature. So, how the wall continue up to the foundation or how the columns continue in the section, that should be noted down over here, and we can observe the dimensioning, how the whether the dimensioning show the actual measurement or the scale down measurements. So, we can also observe here hidden lines, center lines and find out to what each of these refers. And titles and their letterings as we saw in the previous slide. So, according to that measurements, or we can say this lettering, they are used in the construction notes and the area of statement. And we can observe, in short we can observe the layout of plan, elevation, section, foundation plan, block plan and site plan in this sheet. So, first we will see about building. So, drawing of every building includes all the components with their dimensions and materials of construction. So, while reading the drawing for the load bearing structures, what are the details? These are the following details that should be read carefully. So, first one is the depth and width of foundation trench for wall. Second is the thickness of masonry and material used. Third one is the height of plinth above the ground level, and fourth is the height and width of doors, windows, other openings. Fifth point that should be read carefully, that is floor thickness, sill height, height of lintel and height of ceiling is read from the section. This is read from the section. Next, while reading the drawing for frame structure, following points should be read carefully. So, first is size of column, the number of columns with the size of their footings. Second is the size of beams including the plinth beams and the floor beams. Third one is the detail of reinforcement in beams and columns, slabs and footings. And fourth is the thickness of masonry partition walls, compound walls, parapet walls shall be read and considered while construction. Then how to read a plan. So while reading a plan is nothing but it is a drawing prepared after viewing a particular object from top. So what it gives us? It gives us the length and breadth of each and every component as well as of the rooms and the buildings too. This gives length and breadth of room, thickness of walls, width of doors and windows, plinth projection and width of steps. Next is about the reading of an elevation. So it is the presentation drawing used in construction of building for giving it an aesthetic look. So whatever is the front view that we can see in this. So dimensions are not written in an elevation. So next is reading a perspective. So it is a view drawn as a presentation drawing for getting the exact view of a building to be constructed. So in perspective view, the effect of actual details of every component is clearly visible to us, and in this view effect of painting the building in different colors can be visualized before it is constructed. Next we will see about the scale. So what is scale? Any scale is called as an engineer scale, and its tool for measuring the distances and transferring the measurements at a fixed ratio of length. So for preparation of submission and working drawing, the following scale shall be used. So other scales for the preparation of different types of drawings are given in IS 9621967. So let us see about the different scales, that is 1:200 for submission and working drawing it is used, and 1:20 for large scale and general drawing. 1:10 is one of the scale, 1:5 and 1:2. So 1:1 that is your full scale. So composition of drawing. So it requires the submission, working and detailed drawing. Submission drawings are prepared with the scale of 10 mm is equal to 1 meter, that is with the scale of 1:100, and hence all the required views shall be arranged on one sheet conveniently before starting. So this is the one sheet, this is the composition of the submission drawing shown in one sheet. So you can see section AA and section BB at the top, and the bottom you can see the plan and side plan, and in the middle elevation location plan. So schedule of doors and windows are written on the right side, and construction notes also, and at the bottom right we can see the title block. So this is the block diagram which shows us the composition of submission drawing, and the title block, it is at the right hand bottom corner. This should contain name of the drawing number, date of the preparation, prepared by, checked by, scale and name of architect, etc. So the typical title blocks are shown over this diagram. So this is your typical title block. So this gives us the title of the drawing. Next we will see about the differentiation of the load bearing and the frame structure. So first difference is load. In a load bearing structure, load of a structure is transferred to a soil through footing with the help of wall. In frame structure, the load of structure is transmitted through column. In load bearing structure, 2 to 4 story building can be constructed, and in frame structure, multi-storied more than 50 story building can be constructed. So the hard strata available at shallow depth in load bearing structure, and this frame structure is suitable at any type of strata at any depth. So less floor area available due to thick walls in load bearing structure, and more floor area due to thinner walls in frame structure. And we can see that the load bearing structure is slow and time consuming construction, and frame structure, in this it is a fast and a speedy construction. So load bearing structure is less flexible due to load bearing walls, and frame structure is flexible due to walls serving as a partition wall. Load bearing structure is susceptible to vibration due to machines and earthquake, and frame structure withstand the machine vibration and earthquake forces if the provision is made in design. Thank you.